We're expecting 30 centimetres of snow. There's been 30 centimetres last night as well. So prime powder conditions. They're calling it the storm of the decade. Not sure how accurate that is. They do love the hype on Bureau of Meteorology. So we're all packed up now, ready to go. Barksy's finishing off some last minute work issues.
I'll probably just do that. Pack her up, boys.
We're in unreal areas here, Keegan. What do you reckon, mate?
Season's on. Begins. Who's calling me?
James Osmond out of retirement. Just to give everyone a bit of a perspective on how little he's been skiing. Everyone else has done 8 days. So far, this chump's only done 2.
Can you see the wax on his skis still from the season?
Look at that. So we're actually heading up the back way tonight. We're just a bit afraid that the front road's going to be closed, and it's no fun being stuck down in Harriettville. And hopefully we'll get there around midnight. How good is the Nanny State? 11 o'clock at night. It's a dual lane road, and we're stopped at a red light in the middle of nowhere. How good's Victoria? Get around them. So 12:20 a.m. Been on the road since 5 o'clock, which makes us 7 hours, and we're about 10k out from Dinner Plain. So pretty sketchy driving conditions at the moment. Just rolled into Shiver at 1 a.m. Have a look at the snow. Just before 7 a.m. woke up quite early to get some fresh tracks. Early start for the first tracks.
What's your take on low light versus mirrored lenses today, Swindle?
There's no such thing as low light lenses in my opinion. They're an absolute waste of time. Is anyone back here wearing low light?
I think I will, just because I want to be able to see.
Don't bother skiing with us, mate. Powder day at Hotham, have a look at the line. Yeah! Just did our first run down. What's it on swords?
9.45 all time.
Conditions are game changing, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, max 10. 10, yeah. That's huge.
Holy crap! That was the best run I've ever had in Australia. That was absolutely insane. Woo! Woo! Sometimes you really have to question what we're doing. We're currently hiking basically in the middle of a blizzard, minimal visibility.
There's also a chairlift right there.
Yeah, chairlift right there that's not running today. But it's all worth it for fresh tracks. In my opinion, one of the best feelings in the world, getting some fresh turns down. Less hiking is obviously better, but we got to do what we got to do. Just quietly. What was that? Sorry, the camera didn't hear.
I've got send mode pressed on pretty hard right now. So.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah! How many centimetres of fresh snow do you reckon has fallen?
They're calling
Storm of the season. Got Jamie driving. The conditions are a little bit better in regards to visibility today. Alex Barker here, about to drop Lindsay's. Alright, so we're just at the bottom of Mary's now. This is a Saturday morning, and it is much more choppy than yesterday. So have a look. You can see all those big lumps there. So because they've opened the lift, the run definitely isn't as good. Yesterday was way better.
A little bit.
Pardon?
Overcooked.
Man, that was fucking huge. How you going, mate? All right, we're just doing another Golden Point lap here. You might not be able to see it, but in the background, the very distant background, Keegan's lost a ski and he's really struggling to get it. So we might just leave him because there are no friends on a powder day after all. So here we have Barker, and he had a bit of a bingle coming down Golden Point. He sent it a little bit too far. Have a look at his leg. So if you can't see that, the ski has sliced straight through the Saga pants.
Would have it happened in Vertica gear? I reckon if I was wearing Vertica gear, that would have fallen apart like years ago. So.
Disregard that, viewers.
He's a bit cartoon.
Cooking.
Alright, so day 3 of the Blizzard of Oz 2019. Snowpocalypse.
Reaching
rather.
Performance.
Yeah.
Peak lap times.
This could be the day of the weekend, I reckon.
We don't have any slow boarders with us today, so we can just punch laps and make Mary slide twice before the lift opened and got some freshies down that, which was awesome. Definitely a highlight of the weekend for me.
Who's missing from the group though? Are we missing someone?
I don't. It's just always been us three, hasn't it?
Yeah. Was there a guy called Barks?
I think he's got to get his priorities right if he ends up watching this. Up here at the top of Golden Point, so we have a complete powder day. We weren't really expecting this, but yeah, I mean, maybe up to 20 centimeters of snow in some spots. Very unexpected, but
And the wind's like blowing snow, filled in all the trucks from yesterday, so brand new start this morning.
I'd hate to be missing out on today.
If this thing is on. Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, Aussie! Just finished up the big weekend in the snow, on the way home now, and it was insane. The Snowpocalypse delivered. Probably one of the best weekends skiing I've had in Australia, if not the best. What are your thoughts, Keegan Barker?
What a time to be alive. What an absolute time to be alive. Fresh power.
That pretty much sums it up.
How good is walking?
Walking is probably the worst thing ever. It's no fun at all. If there was a lift out here, that'd be my idea of fun. Osman's delusional. Who knows?